The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of the staff and management of Salem Media of Hawaii.
Welcome to Generations Radio, where the focus is on our seniors and their families. We are here each Saturday afternoon from 5 until 6 p.m., bringing you resourceful information with our radio team of professionals in the field of aging. Stay with us for the next 1 hour as we explore different ways to make life more exciting and meaningful for our extraordinary seniors. Right here on AM 690 The Answer. And now, here is our host and the publisher of Generations Magazine, Percy Ihara.
And welcome back to Generations Radio. I am Percy Ihara, your host, and my lovely assistant here, co-host of the show, Miss Melissa Mansfield. How are you, Melissa?
I'm excellent. It's a nice day in Hawaii, and getting ready for the weekend.
I was talking to somebody the other day about that. I live part of my younger years on the mainland and live in different places, and it's hard to beat Hawaii's weather and the people, and of course the food. But anyway, we have a great show today. Why don't you start off, and who's going to have today?
Yes. So today we have two excellent directors from the Waikiki Community Center, and I'm going to go ahead and have them introduce themselves.
Good morning. I'm Merle Okina O'Neill. I'm the Director of Programs for the Senior Programs Thriving After 50. Previously, my career spans the education field in all areas, and I was given the opportunity to provide active seniors with a new kind of program that acknowledges them for the experiences and the wisdom that they hold.
Good. Aloha kakahiaka. My name is Jeff Apaka, and I am Community Relations Director, and I have been at the Waikiki Community Center for 24 long years.
And 20 great years. 24 great
wonderful
years, Jeff.
years.
I met you, 12, 13 years ago when I was doing presentations around the island, and you're still there, and you showed me a schedule of programs. Man, I'll tell you, you guys expanded. Grown.
We have really grown a lot since that time. Yeah. And I remember your brothers, your sister. You've got a wonderful family too. I will say that you have got a wonderful father.
Well, my parents, lead the charge there.
Yep.
They lead by example, and that's really what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
But we'll be talking about that in our December issue, by the way.
Oh, good.
Family traditions and values and things. But so, Jeff, you've been there so long. Yeah. Give us a little background for a lot of people that don't know Waikiki Community Center. They think, is that where you drop your needles off from the beach, or do you do blood tests over there for the homeless? I mean, you hear all these stories. Tell us exactly what the Waikiki Community Center, especially in what you guys do.
What can I say? I came in with the founder. Her name was Jerry Lee. She came from Mo'ili'ili.
Oh, really?
She wanted really a oneness. She wanted to have Waikiki on the board because there was nothing in Waikiki. So she was hop, skipping, and jumping all around Waikiki whenever they gave her rentals or a space to have her Waikiki senior programs in. She would do that. At the very same time, there was a Dr. Chong who had Waikiki Drug Clinic.
Right.
And he was moving all around Waikiki as well. So 38 years ago, when Hiram Fong Jr. was in office and Governor Ariyoshi was the governor of the state, they two got together and they said, well, St. Augustine Elementary School is going to be powering out very soon.
Oh, really?
Why don't we donate this to the Waikiki senior programs and the Waikiki Drug Clinic? Because it's 1 acre of God's land, the only acreage in Waikiki that is so Hawaiiana. It is so Kanaka Maoli. It's so wonderful because we have everything that they had once before, but all they have is concrete, high rises, concrete paradise, put up a parking lot, which is really a scarce today. But, I want to say that for 38 years, Jerry Lee, who was the founder, is really a terrific woman. I will say that. We've gone through many, and we have a wonderful executive director right now, Caroline Hayashi. But I want to say that 38 years ago, I came on 24 years ago with the founder, Jerry Lee, who I said was from Mo'ili'ili, but she she really she has done so very, very much by providing childcare, because we're a multi-generational agency.
Right.
And Waikiki Community Center is a resource hub for the Keiki through Kupuna. And as I want to say, we are a one-stop shop for the human services, the social activities, lifelong education, and wellness. And our senior program, which also Merle is the head of, is called Thriving After 50. Offers education, which of course she's an educator, social activities, excursions, employment assistance for older adults, volunteer opportunities, and access to critical human services. I mean, this is really what we are there for. We are bosom buddies. This is my other half, and I'm her other half too. Even though I've been there for 24 years, and she's been there for how many?
Less than a year.
Less than a year.
Less than a year.
But there's a lot of seniors in Waikiki, isn't there?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like a third populous.
There's
area.
30,000 people who are living in Waikiki, and let's say a good 12 to 15,000 are kupuna, right?
Yeah.
And and some are homebound, right?
Yes. Yes.
Which is really very, very hard for us to bring that homebound and bring them to the community center. However, if they have handy van passes, which is another story, that's another thing, is getting to our facility.
Right.
And we are located on Paukalani Avenue, which is across the street from the Queen Liliuokalani Gardens. And how do I know that is because way back when Jerry Lee was the executive director, she had Auntie Gladys Brandt as a board member. And her very good friend was Nainoa Thompson's grandmother, Clorinda Lucas. So there was a very much of connection with the Queen, Liliuokalani, because the Queen lived right directly across the street. On Wainani Way is where her house was, and all of this land here that have concrete buildings on it was nothing but just fields. She had a garden there, and my great grandaunt Lydia Aholo was her first child that she hanai'd.
Really?
Because the Queen couldn't have any babies, back in that. So I want to say that at the Bishop Museum, there is a photo of her house in Waikiki. And there is this little girl sitting on the table with her two little adopted brothers. So the Queen had 3 children. But I want to say that the Queen loved the children. And so Hamo Hamo, which is called the Queen's Land, comes right through our right through our preschool. And it goes clearly across the Alawai Canal, the Alawai Golf Course to Date Street, and swings around Kapahulu Avenue all the way out to Waikiki Beach.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, the Queen had wonderful land. She loved children immensely. I mean, I can, QLCC is now Queen Liliuokalani, not Children's Center, but it's the trust company.
Yeah.
It's really wonderful to find out that we have many children, many units, which are all for the children of Hawaiian ancestry, But I could go on and on and
I
on
know,
and on
Jeff,
and
can
on
go
and on and on and on.
So the wonderful thing about that is that our preschool remains a legacy
Yes,
to
it does.
Queen Liliu's commitment to children, and it's right on her property, Hamo Hamo, which is wonderful. And in addition to that, because of the 30% of our Waikiki population is now senior and turning gray and grayer, our focus has made a little bit of a shift and a greater emphasis on keeping our seniors active. So I know, Percy, as you know, that one of the strategies for serving our seniors and not overloading the long-term care services is to keep them active. And so that's what Thriving After 50 is all about.
Well, that's really important because, like I said, you said 12,000 or so kupuna or seniors in Waikiki.
Right.
And it's hard to walk that far because if you're in the top part of Kalakaua, you guys are more down on the end of Kalakaua, right? But,
Right.
it's a great location. It's right across the street from the beach nearby. But I know, so we're here with Waikiki Community Center, Jeff Apaka and Merle O'Neill.
You actually mentioned about bringing the children and the kupuna together, which is an intergenerational
Right.
concept that I think is amazing because we're not learning from our seniors anymore. We're so busy. So tell me a little bit of the activities that you do to bring the seniors and the keiki together.
In Thriving After 50, our primary focus, let me just go back and give you a little bit of history and foundational ideas behind Thriving After 50. In addition to, keeping seniors active, what our mantra is what we call successful aging. And successful aging has been described as living life on your own terms, adding value to society, families or friends, maintaining cognitive function, maximizing mobility, retaining function, and reducing the impact of chronic disease and dysfunction. Now, that definition clearly defines the kind of programming we do. So, as far as our program design is concerned, we have programs, lectures, opportunities that support seniors to maintain their cognitive function. We have programs of fitness that maximizes their mobility and, retains their function. And we also have programs, lectures in particular, nutrition lectures, lectures on health issues, Alzheimer's, arthritis, diabetes, for reducing impact on chronic disease. So back to your question about how do we link intergenerationally? Ideally, of course, we have our keiki on the property. Our focus is about volunteerism and serving. It's also about acknowledging the status of the senior and providing the children across the way at our preschool the opportunity to have a grandparent. So we cross over in things like reading to the kids, kupuna in the classroom, where they're working with the classrooms and preparing or tutoring students. We also do fun things where the keiki are involved in a curriculum where part of the way we teach the children to connect to the larger community is through service.
Yeah. Okay, real quick, about how many members do you folks have, or do you serve or attend on a regular basis, or members? You have an idea? Like a couple hundred, 500?
Actually, I think we've got a good 500 by
Wow.
now, because I think we have expanded. Can I say that the thing that the people don't really know is that I think for $30 if you are 55 and older, and $35 if you're 55 and under, that's still a very good deal, because you get 12 newsletters either for those that might have a computer. It can be emailed to you, and if you don't know anything about a computer or you don't have a computer, we'll mail it to you. But the fact is, it has all of the, for instance, you've got the program, I think.
Right,
there.
right here. So there is a membership cost then.
There is a membership
But
cost.
per year, not per month.
Per year.
And you
year.
don't need to be a
year.
member.
You don't
don't need a
need to
member?
be a member.
You don't
no.
need to be a member.
Do you have to live in Waikiki?
Nope.
Nope, you don't have to live in Waikiki either.
And they serve people as far out as Windward, Oahu,
Really?
Kailua, Kailua. People come in from Hawaii Kai, Pearl City, Aiea. Our primary audience, though, is
Waikiki,
Kapahulu, Kaimuki, Mo'ili'ili.
The umbrella of Waikiki, actually.
And are these classes unlimited? You can go to as many as you want.
As many as you like.
want,
Now,
yeah.
there are two prices there, and one, the first price the member pays, which could be $2 or $3, or really manapua money. For the visitor who is not a member, will pay the second price, which could be a $5, a $4, $7, or what have you not. At the very bottom of that page that you're looking at, the programs, it has what's coming up in the future.
Hey, Jeff, one thing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, maybe you better increase the font, because I'm 56 and I'm having a hard time. My arm's not long enough.
You have to wear specs like I'm
Oh, no,
wearing.
no, no. I don't want that's my thing. I'm trying to hold off on wearing glasses. I do have some reading glasses, but I'll tell you, Jeff, I'm looking at the schedule here. I don't remember half these classes back
No.
in the day, which is like 10 years ago.
That's right.
Every
And
day you got
can I tell you
7,
that
8, 9, 10 classes.
the majority of those people that are holding classes are volunteers.
Wow.
That is,
Wonderful.
you know, as the backbone of a community center are the volunteers.
Absolutely.
You know, and we have a wonderful time once a year by having all of these instructors there because to have a lunch on us because our community center director of executive director Caroline Hayashi invites them all to be a guest of the community center, and it's really wonderful, and they feel so honored. And because they every day, every time they come to a class, they're filling out in their little book, a little white book, I call it, what classes and how many hours they have, and so we just go accordingly to how many hours they have. I mean, these people have put in so many hours. You know, I really, if anyone like we've got Pilates, we've
You have
got
everything. I mean,
Everything to stay
Zumba
healthy.
and
Yeah, everything to
yoga.
stay
yeah,
healthy.
We have
Zumba.
a program called Steady, which is primarily developed for balance and stability.
Everyone is going, I believe,
Hula.
they're going to these physical types of programs.
Yes, yes, that's becoming
Absolutely, they're going to
increasingly
the
more,
physical type of programs.
like you said, active aging.
activating.
Activate, yeah.
You're going to keep hearing it more and more.
And then, of course, we have the lectures, and Jeff brings in the Royal Hawaiian Band. There's all
awesome.
kinds of things, and it's so many of our programs are free.
And for
That's the
18
other.
18 years, I've also been taking people every 6 months, 3 days and 2 nights to outer islands. As a matter of fact, this coming Monday will be the inaugural to stay here on Oahu. We've always gone for 18 years to Lanai, Kauai, Molokai, Hilo, Kona, et cetera, in a row, back in a row. But for the very first time, I've never thought about staying here at home.
There's
on
so many
Oahu.
things to see on Oahu.
I know.
I mean, we can't even
The
cover it.
next time, I think I'm going to be staying in Waikiki.
Yeah, why not?
Because I think we have to get back to our hotel industry,
Right.
the visitor, because I think we need to be, I think we need to be seen. I think the kupuna, the locals, we need to be seen in Waikiki again, because I know that the local people don't want to come to Waikiki, but I understand exactly where they come from. But can I say that we have free parking? We have free parking in our parking lot.
See, that's the biggest bonus because I don't go into Waikiki because of the parking.
Yeah. You see?
Yep.
So, to put a quarter in a meter for 10 minutes,
Then you have to find a quarter, or
you have to
have a
find
couple
plenty
quarters.
quotas. You have to find plenty quotas. But to come to the Waikiki Community Center for the programs or a speaker or et cetera, not to go to the beach though,
Yeah.
or not to go
Absolutely.
out,
Yeah.
but you have to come to the center. Yeah, but we offer free parking. That's
a bonus in
astronomical.
itself.
Yes. And then, of course, when we have big events like the Medicare discussion that's coming up on the 26th, we have leased overflow parking. So that's
yeah.
off at Jefferson Elementary. So we take
have
care
a-
of the parking because we know it's important for
Samba.
places
Yeah.
to be, in walking distance.
We have
or-
so many classes that are going to be happening probably at the same time you're going to be having your event, because everyone wants to park,
Right.
for free and go upstairs and downstairs and what auditorium. I mean, we only have 60 stalls, I believe. Yeah.
You have
Right.
60 stalls? That's a lot.
60
That is a
stalls,
lot.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they're always filled.
In Waikiki,
They're
yeah.
always
We're
filled.
always full.
Yeah,
We're always full.
So your Medicare event, is it listed on here as well?
It's on the 26th of
Oh, okay.
October.
That's a big
and
one.
It's a big one.
It's a big one. I mean, if
Yeah.
you haven't signed up for Medicare or if your Medicare plan changed.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Any
Important.
questions you have?
This is the time to do it.
Yep.
And
absolutely.
the state health insurance office is going to actually do the
Oh, ship.
SHIP, the
Yeah.
early presentation to talk about the changes in Medicare and, all the things you can do and need to do around the new changes.
Good
So,
for you. You're
yeah.
gonna get a
Yep.
100 people or so over there.
Well, we hope so.
Yeah.
We hope so. We're planning for it, and the parking and everything. So,
Yeah,
plan.
there's probably a deadline, on there.
Yeah,
And some people
RSVP.
don't even. Well, it
No
doesn't
RSVP.
really
Just
matter.
show up Wednesday, October 26th,
Just go and
2
come.
to 5 p.m.
We would like for people to register only
Yeah,
so that we can
absolutely.
accommodate, make sure
Oh.
that we have enough
We have
parking,
parking,
and we
and
have
that's-
enough.
yeah.
Yeah,
And you can register at 923-1802.
that's correct.
923-1802. That's the number.
That's the
We are on the
number.
phone book. We're large, bold, Waikiki Community Center, 923-1802. That's the number to call. Yeah.
So, Merle, I
Thank
have
you.
to ask you, you're the director of programs.
Right.
How do you come up with all these wonderful programs? How do you come up with all of these, not courses, I guess you wouldn't call them, but programs for the seniors to come? Because this is a lot. So how do you come up with
Well, I think it's been built over the years. As I said, I've only been there at Waikiki Community Center for 7 months. So what I did with is to build on what existed. So we're in that first year. The Thriving After 50 program's been funded by Aloha United Way. And so it's a initiative and a method that Aloha United Way has now taken in regards to funding to focus on the issues rather than just to piecemeal fund individuals or individual organizations. So there's 3 organizations that are involved in this active aging program. Back to your question, I have built on the programs. Now, all of these programs, many of them have pre-existed prior to my coming to the center. And I've taken a philosophy. Like you, I've studied the aging process. I've looked at the aging report created for the state and looked at those key areas of active aging. Then develop programs within the already existing programs to bring in new things. So the 3 pillars are employment, civic engagement, and volunteerism. And I just wanted to point out that all of our instructors, as Jeff previously mentioned, most of them are volunteers. In addition to that, we have added different kinds of volunteer opportunities. Right now, our major resource for volunteer opportunities has been the medical school. So we've been working with them since June. We have a couple more things coming up. We're going to be volunteering for HPR in their fall campaign. We're also volunteering to help the Easter Seals Foundation in providing letters to Santa.
Oh, nice.
Letters to Santa, because there's an opportunity there where they get more funding the more letters that are put into the mailbox at Macy's.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah. So those of you in the audience hearing this, send a letter to Santa, put it in the mailbox, or send it to the Easter Seals, and then they can, reclaim some supportive funding for their children. So we're involved in volunteerism. The other thing I mentioned is employment. What we're realizing with seniors is that many times their current retirement planning is not adequate. And so, Percy, your family knows that very well, and in regards to the services your family provides. And so there are seniors out there that are looking for part-time work. And what we find employers looking for is they're looking for people that have good work ethics. Now, many of us who have attempted to get employment full-time or part-time as we become seniors have found that there is kind of a bias towards the younger generation. But in fact, what businesses are beginning to realize is that they can count on us. They know that we'll come. If we're told 9 to 5, we're there 9 to 5. When we're told this is the job description, we complete the job description. Surfing for us, when the waves are up, is not as much a motivation for our generation as it is for the younger generation. So they can count on us. So we have employment assistance, and then we do activities in civic engagement. So as an example, Your Vote Counts is a new program that we put together looking at the amendments to the charter, and we've been fortunate to be able to garner the audience or the attendance of Governor John Waihee and Natalie Iwasa.
Any stories? Well, we're going to take a short break pretty soon, but we're going to come back for some stories. But also, I wanted to talk about some of the things you do for caregivers and some of the other services you have. But we're here with the Waikiki Community Center, Jeff Apaka and Merle O'Neill. Thank you so much, guys. The stuff that you guys do, if you're in Waikiki, I'll tell you. But anyway, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
I'm down for the memory, like a moment framed in time.
We will be right back with Percy Ihara from Generations Radio. If you have any questions or want to be part of our discussion, give us a call at 296-5467. That's 296-5467. This is Generations Radio on AM 690 The Answer.
Know what to do. I called the National Kidney Foundation, and the young lady who answered stayed on the phone with me and walked me through step by step. She too was surviving kidney disease, and she showed me there could be life after kidney disease.
Visit the National Kidney Foundation at kidney.org. Now you know.
Moon Physical Therapy is here to help you back to recovery. Moon Physical Therapy is located on Ward Avenue across from Sports Authority. Physician prescribed for motor vehicle accidents, workman's comp, or that body pain that comes from rushing to play without warming up. Also event cardiopulmonary rehabilitation with our one-on-one patient care. Moon's Aquatherapy heated endless pool allows for low-impact exercise with less pain on land. We will give you the right exercises to get you back to health. Ask your doctor to prescribe Moon Physical Therapy. Moon Physical Therapy. We achieve results.
Aloha, this is Martha Clopin.
And Al Harrington. Choosing the right Medicare plan not only saves you money, it also helps you avoid headaches and heartaches down the road.
We want to remind everyone
to listen to a Medicare Moment with Martha, Sundays from 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. as we help answer important questions on Medicare so you can stay healthy, wealthy, and wise all year long.
Call me at 543-2073, 543-2073.
I was an addict from the age of 13. I finally decided it was time for a change. I walked into the Salvation Army Adult Rehabilitation Center, and that got me ready for the real world. Now, I choose to be guided by Jesus Christ, and today, I'm building a powerful and promising future, free from drugs and alcohol.
Please shop at the Salvation Army family stores. With our discounted sales, your support through your purchase helps men live a clean, sober, and productive life.
Got Vegas on your mind? Get Vacations Hawaii on the line. Vacations Hawaii offers weekly 4- and 5-night Honolulu to Vegas packages, which include 3 meals daily from $6.99. Stay at Hawaii's favorite casinos: California, Fremont, Main Street Station, and Orleans Hotel. Vacations Hawaii will get you there in comfort on deluxe wide-body 767 planes with complimentary in-flight hot meal service. Vacations Hawaii's frequent flyer program gives you future travel discounts and credits. So if you're ready to win big, call Vacations Hawaii at 591-4777 or visit pointVacationsHawaii.com.
Today, more than ever, we local people are living longer than any other state in the Union, with more seniors, baby boomers, and caregivers. Generations Radio promotes the importance to be proactive as we all age. The radio team will focus on issues facing our seniors and their families, finding resources to navigate healthy aging along with financial, legal, and caregiving information. So join Percy Ihara from 5 until 6 each Saturday, right here on AM 690, The Answer.
Generations Radio, I am Percy Ihara, your host, every Saturday from 5 to 6 and Sunday from 3 to 4. So thank you all for giving me great comments when I was at the senior fair last month and the Aging in Place event in August, because we don't track how many people listen to the show. A lot of you guys, I know you don't email me or call me, but I'm slowly getting more and more. So if you have any questions, you can always text or give me a call at 234-3117 or email me at percy@generations808.com. And if you have any comments, questions, if you know a speaker, or if you want a topic that you want to be heard on the show related to anything regarding our kapuna or our older generation, give me a call or email me or text me, because we're always looking for different stories and events, programs and services that serve you out there. So thank you very much for all the comments and great wishes we had at the senior fair and the Aging in Place. So this is October, and we have our October issue featuring the cover Brothers in Arms, featuring 4 veterans from the past wars. And, you know, our art director, Wilson Angel, did a great job by putting a nice flag in the back. It's really bright. It's really breathtaking, actually. And, you know, my father's a retired Army veteran. I'm an Army brat, so we always wanted to do something to serve, to honor our veterans. So thanks to our great cover stories here. So take a look. You can read it online, generations808.com, or we have over 200 locations. The easiest places to find them, I'll be honest with you, is the library, Big City Diner, the YMCA. If you go to Vacations Hawaii, go to Vacations Hawaii. Waikiki Community Center, yes.
Waikiki Community Center has them. Oh, my gosh. We're so happy. We're so fortunate to have your magazine.
Yeah, so thank you very much.
Absolutely.
All the hospitals, I got a call the other day from a friend of mine that knew one of the guys on the cover, and she was actually at Straub, I believe. I had another one that was at Kaiser, and just people that just love the story just called me to say thank you that we did it. It's one of the loves that I had, because I know we're serving the community, and it's so great. But there's a lot of great stories in here about Iwo Jima, about Rona Adams, who's one of our featured cover story ladies. She's actually a retired Vietnam nurse. She was in Vietnam, 2 tours. She's on the front lines. But she tells a great story. But she's going to be currently writing a regular column for veteran programs and services in the state of Hawaii. Wow. She's very connected around the state, so she sends us information every issue to inform the veterans out there what's available on all the islands, not just Oahu. So check her column out. We always have really great legal articles from Mr. Stephen Yim and Scott Mukuakane, and of course our retirement information from Mr. Michael Yee from Ameriprise Financial. But and one of our longtime partners here, Julie Moon, Moon Physical Therapy, she has just gotten a new pool. So she has 2 pools now, and the second pool is what's called a HydroWorks. It's about 8 by 4 feet. It's all glass. When you walk in there, you close the gate, the door, and water fills up, 92 degrees of water, and there's a treadmill in there. And you walk, so if you have mobility issues, back issues, you go underwater, it fills up to your chest or your neck, depending on how tall you are. And so there's actually a treadmill. And if you want to take it a little further, she actually has an endless pool in there that pushes water out, so you can walk against the water, like a swimming against. That's what I do. I swim against the water every 4 mornings a week for about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, but as resistance. But this kind of therapy is really one of the best I've ever found, because you're buoyant, right? So you're in the water, so there's no stress on your joints, your back, so you're just strengthening all the muscles around you. And in 92 degrees of water is very therapeutic for your muscles and joints. So I'm in there about 7:30 about 4 mornings a week. So check out that article. It's on page 41. But anyway, Jeff Apaka, Merle O'Neill, we're from the Waikiki Community Center. Real quick, before we forget, what's the phone number? What's the best phone number they can call?
923-1802. That number again is 923-1802.
And your website, by the way?
www.waikikicommunitycenter.org.
Yes.
Yes.
So all your information, I mean, I mean, I'm really impressed.
We have
about
everything
your schedule
on the
of
webpage. For those
programs.
who have a computer and know the first thing about computers, if not, go to the library.
Yes, library.
Go to the
they
library.
Will help you out, by the way.
And they will help. Yes, absolutely. Or come to the Waikiki Community Center and pick up a Generations magazine. And don't forget, we have free parking. And at the same time, you can pick up an application.
No, I like that. I mean, I like that.
You can pick up an application. You can pick up our newsletter. You can pick up our programs and see, kind of feel it out. And look at, there's a huge board Monday through Saturday on the board outside in huge letters. And it tells you what time different classes are. And it's really a very helpful thing. You know, what really annoys me for 38 years, I thought that people would know that we had the Waikiki Community Center in Waikiki, but still yet they don't know because nobody at the Wellness Fair for 3 days were there. We have a wonderful booth, but they never thought of Waikiki, you know, because no one wants to come into Waikiki. But, you know, we're adding more memberships. People are coming back into Waikiki, or they're coming to Waikiki again. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful seeing all these wonderful people and having all these members and having the membership, having a newsletter sent to them or emailed to them if they have a computer or if they know how to work on a computer. You know, it's really, I want to say it's wonderful.
Yeah. It is. I don't know if
it's
I tell
absolutely
you,
wonderful.
I don't know if I told you, but one of my goals down the road when I retire, whenever that is actually to move to Waikiki.
Oh,
that's
really?
Yeah, I want to actually move down by the Elks.
Oh,
further down.
Yeah,
because I like that area. I'm an Elks member, and I go to the Elks, and I just like that quietness further down. But I would love to join the Waikiki Community Center, walk up the street.
Absolutely,
you know,
walk. Walking is
Kapolani
really,
Park.
Yeah, or bicycle or walk or whatever. You know, leave the car at home. Leave the car because
that's one of my other pet
the
peeves. I hate
population
driving.
of cars is ridiculous here. But we need people in Waikiki walking and bicycling, and we're going to get a new bike path in Waikiki. Oh, it's going to be wonderful. You know, I think.
Yeah,
I hope.
Absolutely.
And your parking, I think, is key.
Yes,
it is.
That sold me. I'm there.
And we're also on the main bus line. You just walk up half a block from the community center, and the buses go right through Waikiki. People who live in Waikiki or have lived in Waikiki and moved out have basically said there is nothing like Waikiki for seniors because everything is there.
Everything on Kuhio Avenue. The bus stops are right there. We're only 3/4 from Kuhio Avenue down on Kuhio. Down on Paukalani, going towards Mauka, going towards the mountains, going towards Alawai Boulevard, and it's wonderful because it's old Waikiki, you know.
It is.
And you know, I think that people don't realize we're at the old St. Augustine. We're at the former St. Augustine Elementary School grounds, and you'll see there's crosses in a lot of the buildings. And on Ohua Avenue used to be a convent for the nuns, and they had a little chapel. And we have a wonderful tenant, the Waikiki Health, and they are on the Ohua Avenue side, and they have the convent and the chapel. And we're on the Paukalani side, which was the St. Augustine Elementary School side. Well, we had the auditorium. We have the main administration is the auditorium, the home ec, you name it. It was the cafetorium. It was everything right there. And then across where we have the preschool, which is our generational, multi-generational, or generational, I should say, upstairs and downstairs, because we can't put the children upstairs because of the stairwell. And so, therefore, it's wonder, you know, it's old Waikiki. It's old Waikiki. And I think that the mainland surfers who came here, they're the ones that gave the terminology of the jungle. They're the ones that called Waikiki the jungle because they lived in that area. And they thought that probably because they saw Hawaiian people in the two-story walk-ups or three-story walk-ups on Paukalani and Ohua, that they thought that this was low income bracket. But back in the 50s, it was very moderate to live. Anybody could live in Waikiki. Anybody could live in Waikiki.
Well, how times changed.
Times have changed. Yeah, absolutely. You know, we have $1.7 million for a studio now in Waikiki and in Kaka'ako, and you're lucky if it has a parking stall.
Yes, absolutely. That's
You know, so I'm just saying we are going through a big change.
So we were talking about some upcoming events, and I think they're extremely important for our seniors to know.
October, yes.
Okay, so on October the 26th, that's a Wednesday from 2 to 5 p.m., we are having a Medicare discussion. It's open enrollment time between October the 15th and December the 7th. It's time to relook at your Medicare plan, regardless of whether it's many of the 5 plans that are available. Most of the plan providers will be in attendance. So if you have any questions about the plan that you're on, or if you'd like to compare with other plans, the other plan providers will be there as well.
So you can switch.
You can switch at this
by December what now?
December the 7th
is the last day.
Is the last day.
Okay.
And it's really going to be awesome. In fact, Waikiki Health is also going to be there to do things like blood pressure. And
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Blood pressure.
Blood pressure checks.
Do you have any other vendors that will be participating, or?
Well, I can mention them: United Healthcare, AARP, Ohana. HMSA Akamai and Humana are going to be there.
So it's like a little senior fair that we can
like
come and get.
Fair,
awesome.
Right. It's going to open up with the basics, what I call Medicare 101.
Good.
How is your Medicare plan constructed, A, B, C, D, and E?
Yeah.
And how do you go about making the distinctions between each of those plans versus the plans that are being offered by the plan providers? So remember, that's Wednesday, October the 26th from 2 to 5 p.m. at the Waikiki Community Center Auditorium.
Oh, good.
Admission is free and parking is free. So if we are, overwhelmed, we will direct you to the overflow parking. Just call us at 923-1802. Let us know that you're coming so we can make accommodations for you. Please, 923-1802, and talk to our friendly staff people. The second thing I want to mention is a program we just committed to yesterday, as a matter of fact.
This is wonderful.
This is called in commemoration of the December the 7th, 75th anniversary. We are going to show a program, a movie, locally produced by Tom Kaufman called The First Battle. This is a movie about the struggle for freedom and equality and full citizenship in America. It's a battle that was fought 2 years prior to December the 7th, and it's about preventing the internment of the Japanese population in Hawaii. Now, those of you that perhaps grew up on the mainland know that the Japanese from the West Coast were put into internment camps in the deserts of Manzanita, Arizona, and Utah. Well, that didn't happen in Hawaii to the Hawaiian Japanese. And the reason why is in this movie. Come and find out about the movie. That's scheduled for Wednesday, November the 9th.
Is there a cost there, Merle? Is there a cost to this?
It is free.
Free.
And free parking.
And free parking. And the auditorium, right? You just have to call 923-1802. If you want to come, you have to call that number, 923-1802.
It's a movie that came out a while ago, but you're replaying because
absolutely, yes.
December 7th.
Because I don't think everyone saw it.
No.
Yeah, I don't remember this movie.
Yeah, you don't. So you have to come and see it.
I do. I made it by putting my calendar.
Absolutely.
You have to come and see it.
It was premiered in 2006, but because of the 75th anniversary, we thought that this would be of wide interest to our population in commemoration of that. Again, it's Wednesday, November the 9th from 1 to 3. Free admission and parking. All you have to do is to call us.
That's right. And 923-1802 is the number. 923-1802. 1802 Waikiki Community Center with free parking and a free the first battle. What's it called? The first battle.
The first
and that's going to
battle.
be shown in
And
the auditorium.
And the last item that I want to mention is your vote counts. How many of you, may I ask, when you look at your ballot in the general elections, look at the amendments in the proposition and say, what the heck are they talking about?
I know.
And then even after you thought you figured it out, wondered if you said yes, were you really saying yes? Or were you really saying no?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, they really kind of word it kind of hard. It's hard to understand the way they word it. What are they really trying to?
Well, there's a phone number for you to call, and if you need information about these things, I would call the office and get it clear.
Well, you're having an event, right?
Right. We're having an event. The big deal about the charter this year and the amendments to the charter is that it only happens once every 10 years.
Oh, wow.
So
Right.
for us who are seniors, 10 years is a long time. So we want to have your vote count. And historically, seniors have been the ones that have shown up for these things. So that's scheduled for Thursday, October the 20th from 10 a.m. to noon. It's free. And our guest speakers for that day is former Governor John Y. Haig the third, and Natalie Iwasa. She's the president from the neighborhood board. Natalie's contribution in this area is that she attended every single meeting. So she can give you the other side of how the amendments have been proposed. For those of us who are seniors and depend on the bus or handy van, Proposition 4.
Oh, yeah.
Proposition 4 actually
it means a lot.
Means a lot to us, because what's happening is that Charter Amendment 4 talks about reorganizing all transportation services under one roof, which means that if you were out in Kapolei taking the rail and then had to transfer to the bus and maybe even had to transfer to another bus, one of the consequences could be that you pay two or three different fares.
Yeah,
it's
right.
cost.
It's very costly to get to
and it can be
from.
confusing.
Yeah, it is.
You can get lost. Yeah, it's very
exactly.
confusing.
The other thing is, like, rail will allow you to bring your surfboard if you're still surfing, and from rail to the bus. But if you went to handy van, you cannot bring your surfboard or
can't
your
bring a
suitcase.
surfboard.
No,
No.
or a suitcase. Or a suitcase to handy van. So what this possibly could organize for us is a more clear-cut, efficient system for transportation. And transportation is the number one issue for seniors.
Absolutely. I was actually at a client visit the other day, and the doctor told her it's advised not to drive anymore. And you can just see the depression that took over her. And she's like, I just want to be able to have my autonomy. I want to be able to drive and come and go as I want. I mean, that was pretty much her whole life, I'm sure, all the way up until 15, 16. And it didn't matter what I said about handy van. She wanted to drive her own car. So it's such an important thing to keep that independence.
You know, the other day,
autonomy.
Merle had a speaker from the handy van.
Right. Charlotte Townsend.
She was exquisitely terrific because it explained everything. I wish everyone could have been there. It was free of charge in the auditorium and free parking. And she mentioned everything about that, like you're saying, that person told her that she cannot drive any longer. So therefore, if she's going to walk and she cannot walk, she then has to get a handy van to pick her up. But she cannot she cannot call handy van the very day. Right. She has to call handy van accordingly beforehand to pick her up and to drop her back off. And it can be for social, it can be for medicine, it can be for whatever purpose, but the fact is, it was really wonderful hearing this woman speaking, because she spoke about everything, and she's in a wheelchair, mind you, right?
Right.
And she no longer drives, and she depends on the handy van. But the fact is, I want to say that the charter amendment has number 4. If for instance, if a new bus comes out, the handyvan does not get a new vehicle.
Oh, I see.
They don't get a vehicle for like umpteen years. And they're going to be getting a fleet come January of 16 new types of handyvan that will be absolutely stepped up quite a bit. Can you say any more about that? That day was wonderful. I mean, she was there for how long?
She was there for an hour and a half.
It was
I
really
think the most profound
superlative.
thing about that handyvan conversation was that on that day that she was there, they had 4,400 requests for trips.
Wow.
For trips that one day.
And they have only 150 vans.
But they have taxi services.
And they have engaged contracted taxi services to take care of the overflow. But their demand for more seats is going to only increase at
only
this
going to
point in
increase.
time.
Right.
Yeah. So this proposition, the amendment, the Charter Amendment 4, will actually provide us a more integrated system for providing needed transportation for seniors. So please, audience, consider that vote. Come to the 20th of October at the Waikiki Community Center.
923-1802. That number again is 923-1802. And also, may I say that the charter amendments were sent to each and every person, because it's only every 10 years that you're going to be receiving this Your Vote Counts. And it has all of the amendments inside this booklet. And on the back page, I'm sure she doesn't like me to give out this number, but there is a number in the back page. If you have difficulties understanding things, you can call the charter office and get some information from them. It's really a wonderful thing that you'll be getting in the mail. As a matter of fact, I got mine 4 days ago, and
I just got mine yesterday.
I didn't get mine.
I didn't get mine either. I'm going to be looking for it.
What's the phone number?
What the phone?
What's the phone number?
I better not.
It's okay. What's the phone number?
Okay, it's 768-5093.
Thanks, Jeff Apaka.
And I live in the 96815, and I said, does all of Oahu get, or the state of Hawaii get this?
The charter amendments. I've
And
never
she
seen
said
that.
yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So
these will impact our life for the next 10
what
years.
area do you live in? What's your zip code?
96816.
What's your zip code?
96822.
What's your zip code?
96817, and we just got ours yesterday.
Okay, I'm
And
looking
I'm
for mine.
96815, and I got mine 4 days ago.
Okay.
So look forward to this here in the mail, okay?
And please come see us at the Waikiki Community Center, 923-1802. We'd love to see you. Come join us. We have lots of fun at the centers. There's lots of variety. Hey.
And it's Waikiki Community Center.org.
That's correct.
www.waikikicommunitycenter.org. Yes, that's
free parking.
Free parking, yes.
But you have to call so we can prepare for you.
Yeah, so guys, check it out. I mean, they had a ton of programs. And I think what you guys are doing is great, Jeff and Merle. I appreciate you
Thank
guys
you
so
so
much.
very much.
We got to have you guys come back on.
Thanks,
Any events
Percy.
you guys have, send it to us. We're always keeping me in the loop, and email me, all these kind of things.
As long as we have Generations Magazine, you can come there and park for free and come in and get that. And at the same time, I'm going to be sure that you get an application for membership.
I
Okay?
will.
All right.
Will. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Melissa. Thank you for having us.
And I'm going to come visit you. And
Please do, yes.
So everybody, listen, have a great weekend. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you next week. Aloha, and live well.